Game/streaming complaining about being sick, or people in game/streaming complaining that they're about to have a child. It's one of the two things. It's like 80% of my Twitter. So we got a few things we gotta get done. I got traps I gotta get done. We got other stuff to get done. Dwarves that are beginning to have panic attacks. At least we got all of my offices for all my nobles set up. We're sitting at 131 dwarves. Not both. I mean, maybe the two are connected. I was just generalizing. So this is the current state of the fortress. One of the things I would like to do today is I'd like to make this underground area safer so that dwarves stop fucking drowning. Because quite frankly, it's getting annoying. It is getting quite annoying. I would also like to extend the lake and make the lake a little bigger before we start, you know, closing it in all the way. This upper layer is literally the only thing that's keeping us from getting all cave adapted. We do need to be careful about moods because I did have a single dwarf have a foul mood, which is very foul indeed. Up here is still very unfinished. This is supposed to be bedrooms for people who are staying in the tavern, but I never got around to finishing it. So I would like to do that today. But the surface farming is still going. We currently need some more logs now that I'm looking at it. I made a well reservoir, which got done way faster than I was planning. The reason it got done way faster than I was planning is because I accidentally dug into the aquifer. I thought I canceled the dig jobs, but I guess I didn't. So we have a well. It's not as nice as I wanted it to be, but it's a well. Then down here, we still have our, you know, our medical area. We got a planter who got pretty badly beaten from the looks of things. Wonder what you're doing. You are our doctor. Alright, well, let's just leave the game paused for a few more seconds. Over here, we got our back entrance. Where if I go up to the surface, enters over here. This is where raiders come in through. So if I fly down to here, they go through a few traps. And then they're going to go through these. Now these are about to be hooked up. This is a pressure plate and a pressure plate. This one will drop them down here. And this one will drop them down here. Now the idea is when they fall down, this lower level will lift up and crush them, ideally. And we will wait up here and kill the ones that make it. So I'm going to need to hollow out a bigger area for combat here and basically make the whole thing safer. That's what we're going to need to do probably next, actually, before I do anything. Might as well just get these hooking up so that I don't forget. So, now that it's actually Monday, I had this weird... I was oddly convinced yesterday that yesterday was Monday. Like, I caught myself like 4 times yesterday saying I hope everybody's having a good Monday. But today is most certainly Monday, unless it's actually Tuesday, in which case, good God, how long did I sleep for? Pretty sure it's Monday. Oh, also kind of good news. At least for me, this is good news. But my, my dryer is getting fixed. So that's good. What's even better is it wasn't what my landlord insisted it was, which is a simple free fix. It's actually what I was kind of suspecting it was. Essentially, the fuse is blown, and apparently the heating element is dead, which is something that they need to order parts for. So I guess that's why the people managing the apartment that I live in would like that to not be the case, because that just means that it's more stuff that they need to pay to fix. But, you know, it's all good. Isn't that the case for everybody all the time? Tredge? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cancel the last two. I'm gonna cancel the last two. Because I kind of want the Atom Smashers to be manual activation. So we can just crush whatever's down there once they're down there. How you doing today, Tredge? Trying to sleep through Monday? If anybody doesn't have a dwarf and would like a dwarf, let me know. And if you have a dwarf and you would like me to check in on them, let me know. Let's finish the full tour, though. Let's pause the game. So if I fly down a few more layers, there's our shallow metals that we've been mining out slowly, bit by bit. Main tavern, as well as temples and food storage and kitchen. Main sleeping quarters, as well as our first crafting layer. Lower crafting area, forges, gems, Listy Bert. It's good to see you. We're gonna be smashing some atoms, that's for sure. No, not the fuse in my house. Fuse, not a fuse in my apartment. Fuse in the actual dryer itself. The dryer itself has fuses. Same with stoves. All stoves have fuses. This is the newly constructed library, which currently I think has one book in it. So we need to work on populating that today. And then down here, corpses. And there's a garbage dump down here where we just dump all of them. Dump all of the bodies. You would like to check that you haven't died of old age? I don't think you would have. Otherwise I would have remembered it. Nope. Anyways. You are probably still serving drinks, I would assume. Actually, you're going to the library. That's what you're doing? Maybe you're going to go ponder something or read something, perhaps? You seem to be just hanging out, that's for sure. So you have not died. 2 seconds, guys. Mixie kitty, leave me alone. Yeah, probably. To try and, like, crowd over top of everybody else to read the one book that we have. And then if we fly down, pretty far. Down way down. Even further down. To our sewing area, we have our slowly expanding prison. Currently only has one dwarf in it. But up here, this upper area, slowly expanding. Unfortunately, due to recent tantrums and various other problems in the fortress, we've had to expand the prison. And we will continue to. Yeah, you were still alive in the last one. I don't think you did. I do not think you did. No, it doesn't look like you did. Would you like a dwarf? Do you have preference of job? You seem to always end up being a carpenter in my forts. Oopsies. I'm just gonna go to this stockpile right here. And remove cloth. So gonna go up one to this one and remove cloth. Carpenter's okay? Well, the problem is I don't have enough work for all of them, so you'll probably end up being quite bored. How about something different? How about a legendary metal crafter? She feels euphoric due to inebriation. That's a good sign. She was uneasy dwelling upon seeing the goblin Atu's dead body. They do see that dead goblin all the time. I'm not actually sure where he is. Maybe I should go looking for him. I think he might actually be in the moat, but... She is married to tourist Inkbo. She personally strongly values tranquility and quiet, and thinks the quest for knowledge is a delusional fantasy. Values decorum and dignity and proper behavior, and does not care about family one way or another. Dreams of creating a great work of art, and this dream was realized. She's 136 years old, born on the 10th of Opal in the year 120. She shares intimate details of her life without sparing a thought to the repercussions or propriety. She is unfriendly and disagreeable, and she is bothered by this, and she values friendship. She takes no pleasure in her talents and appearance, and finds helping others very emotionally rewarding. Builder of things, creator of stuffs. Seems like a pretty solid job. Yesterday we did the hardest task in this video game and we made soap. I find soap super cumbersome. Making the buckets actually fill with lye is super annoying. So, to me, soap is the most difficult part of Dwarf Fortress. But we got it done. So for whatever that's worth. Let's just give my engravers something to do. Oh, another thing we did yesterday, for anybody who missed it, we killed a giant tarantula. Forgotten beast. Soap keeps dwarves alive, man. I'm telling you. Keeps dwarves alive. Look at all that cloth. Here it comes. It's so good to have all of that cloth. Yeah, no, they never butchered it, and it's just a skeleton at this point. So, it's not exactly the most useful. I'm kind of partially hoping that somebody will, go in a strange mood and want bones or skeletons and go for the giant tarantula, but, you know. I have a feeling giant tarantula would probably taste a lot like lobster. You know? Kind of a very similar thing. Also, we're listening to the Outer Wilds soundtrack. It's been pretty good so far. It's like a mixture of this nice ambient stuff and super chill stuff. So how's everybody's beginning of the week going? Assuming that has any effect on you. It's really funny when I'm just like, how's everybody's Monday doing? Or like, yay, it's Friday. And then someone's like, I work weekends, so nobody's truly free, but I wonder what that dwarf is doing with all that cloth. Curious. Are you gonna go put it all in the bin? Oh, would you look at that? You are. What a good dwarf. Me too, Cooler. I never stop working. I mean, why would you? It's a glorious opportunity to be productive. You must now watch Mandy and Drive. Me and Ryan need to record an episode. We were gonna do one yesterday, but I was just not feeling well. Oh, there's the migrants. Mandy is a fantastic movie. Drive is also it's probably a better movie, but they're both good for different reasons. Personally believes that the martial prowess defines the good character of an individual and finds artwork boring and dreams of being a legendary warrior. I think that if you dream of being a legendary warrior, that should just be a default of, yeah, you gotta get into the military, like, now. Especially if you're already a ranger. As much as I was enjoying the beginning of this soundtrack, it's just gotten spooky. Well, something a little bit more welcoming, you know? Just a little bit more welcoming. And then he plays the Long Dark soundtrack, which is so much more welcoming. What else do we have here? We got another ranger. I really just have enough rangers. So whenever I see rangers, I immediately think, you also want to become a legendary warrior? Or was that still the same one? It's gotta still be the same one. Got ourselves a child, a farmer, dreams of raising a family. Agile, but very slow to heal. And remarkably flimsy. I need another strand extractor. I don't think I've ever seen a strand extractor. Huh. I'm actually not sure what a strand extractor is. Huh. Well, I'm gonna put you on weaving and clothes making because that's actually helpful. So you go do that, please. It's for cotton candy. Ah, okay. I've barely messed with candy. So, like I've mined it a few times, I don't think I've actually successfully done anything with it. And I broke through it once, which was fun. Yeah, I made wafers. But I didn't realize that strand extraction was part of that. The dwarves just kind of did it. Personally thinks that friendship is important and doesn't see cooperation as valuable. Dreams of creating a great work of art. Then why the hell are you working in animal care if you want to create a great work of art? I think my cat's trying to kill my couch. He knows he's on camera, or he knows I'm paying attention to him. It's like, did I do it? Is he actually gonna listen to me now? No. He's cute sometimes, but, you know, don't let his cuteness trick you. He is one annoying son of a bitch. There we go. You can be a tavern keeper for the upper tavern. Cancel store item in bin. Mortally afraid. Fitting. This is a pretty large migrant wave. Ooh, a legendary clother. Why did that goose just start, or this keet just start vomiting? I think that's what just happened. Huh. Not sure why that goose is vomiting, but goose is certainly vomiting. You dream of raising a family, values tranquility and a peaceful day. Rarely sick, strong and slow to tire, but clumsy. And you've been all right. I've got more than enough rangers. Like, I feel like it's, oopsies. It's the most common dwarf that's showing up right now is rangers. Yeah, no, that cat's adorable sometimes when he wants to be, but he's also a massive wingnut. It's not exactly the smartest cat in the world. He's kind of a giant dumbass. Like, that cat is so dumb you can pet him off of things. You just start petting him and he'll just lean on your hand. Also, Stu, if you're still lurking, how's the internet treating you today? It's getting better. I hope so. It's another ranger. Also wants to create a great work of art. Not ideal. Hope your Monday's going well, Listy. Let's put you on leatherworking. Maybe weaving and clothes making as well. Although at the same time, I do have that legendary clothes maker. Ooh, you're a tanner. I'll take a tanner. Straight farmer. Dreams of creating a masterwork someday. Looks like we're out of pyrites to cut. Cut a few. That's good. Holy crap, I've got a lot of idlers. Seems like there's just not that many jobs that need to be done. That's part of the problem. I might just go through and take all of the no job dwarves and just put them in the military. Incredibly quick to heal. Put off by trade or commerce. Is a deep respect for animals, plants, and the natural world. And is somewhat put off by trade and commerce. Well, make a new squad. I'm gonna create a squad. The turquoise rocks. Let's just see what we have for blocks right now, or bars. Why do I always say blocks? Decent amount of iron from the looks of things. I think I'm just gonna make 10 silver warhammers. See if we can get some hammer dwarves up in here. So I think that is probably what we need. Let's just forge 10 silver warhammers. I mean, there's worse things you could get paid to do. Listy. At least you're, in quotes, being productive. Mostly. Let's queue up the next cloth thing. Let's do hoods. Do 30 cloth hoods. Isn't that the standard life of the programmer, though? Is trying to fix a tool that is kinda sorta not really working. And try and make that tool work better. Or at least better-ish. I mean, for me, currently my Monday is try and act like you feel good and try and enjoy streaming while at the same time trying not to cough up a lung constantly. And hopefully do well enough at that so that the people who already follow the stream enjoy the stream and want to come back tomorrow, or maybe in a couple days or something. And the people who don't follow the stream, who find this stream by accident, like the stream enough that they follow and come back at a future day. That's my Monday right now. It's about the same, right? You're trying to make a tool work, I'm trying to make my brain work. Yeah, I can see why it would get frustrating. But that's like why you're waiting for that eureka moment when it does work, right? So Freskins, it's been a little bit. I hope you've been well. Hope you haven't missed the Dwarf Fortress streams that much. Because it has been a little bit since we last spoke. Gotta make rock mechanisms for those bridges. Let's make 40. I'll need to future-proof that a little bit as well. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, all I can say is, like, philosophical things that kind of come to my head. It's like, this is a thing that we could do, or this is a thing that could maybe make that work better. And in reality, I don't know what I'm actually talking about, so don't worry about what I'm saying. Busy weekend? Gotcha. I just wish I was at a spot right now where I could justify taking more days off, because I don't feel good, but it is what it is. If I wasn't going away for TwitchCon at the end of the month and then away again, I probably would have just taken like 4 days off, because that's the worst part about this, is it's just making it hard to think. Let's try lifting this up a little bit, see if I can sit up straighter. I've also been like subtly adjusting my chair height. I made my chair a little bit lower this morning, so my desk is actually like about that much lower to the ground than it normally is. I'm trying to sit up a little bit straighter, because that's the whole point of having this chair, is to not slouch, so. We're working on hoods now. Come on, dwarves. Get everything done. You know you gotta. Got plenty of containers left. Might as well container up these rooms. A lot of these rooms down at the bottom don't have the proper furnishings for a dwarf. If dwarves don't have their proper furnishings, they're not gonna be very happy. Not that I mind the lurks. The lurks are very much appreciated, Listy. We got more Masterpiece hoods rolling in. Pretty soon we're going to be in the Masterpiece hood. I really need to get these boulders out of here, but like, at the same time, I don't want to just order them all to drop them in a stockpile somewhere. I mean, I guess I could do that, but... Utterly broken and harrowed by the nightmare that is his tragic life. Man, some of these dwarves are just completely broken. Kinda sucks. Ah, there he goes. The dwarf that we were just looking at, Godin, actually has a kill. Just fell into depression. Was in prison a little while ago. Godin plain speaker. It's highly unlikely this dwarf will ever function. If you get to a point where the Hammer Lords are just beating on you, then yeah, you're pretty much dead, unfortunately. Yeah. Lots of disorderly conduct strikes against him. 2, in fact. We convicted him twice. Kinda almost feel bad. It's weird saying, yeah, I feel bad for, you know, putting dwarves in prison, but... Jack Nurik's tantruming. Jack's also been a very depressed dwarf for a very long time. Dwelling upon being caught in a snowstorm, sleeping... in a great... Oh, at least you were blissful remembering sleeping in a great bedroom. Uneasy. Roaching on miasma. Thinking that over and over made you rethink your personal values. At least we have all those gems there, and I can kind of see what we have for gems now, which is nice. I just really hope that my clothes makers become happy. It's like they are working the furthest down, but at the same time, I would think that being that far down would, you know, kind of help a dwarf a little bit. We're gonna make a little dining room right here. Chuck a couple tables, a couple chairs, and then a little pile for food. Because these dwarves need some sort of happiness down here. And if they're constantly just running up and down, that's just unpleasant. All I crave is this cold to go the fuck away. How you doing today, Don? That scared the shit out of me, I'll have you know. Scared the actual shit out of me. So let's throw another loom in here. And what's the other thing that we can throw in here? Another clother's workshop. Because I've seen all of these workshops used up before. You're not alone in what? Wishing the cold would go away, or for a good pub feed? Getting the clothing work done. Deller has become a wrestler. Our newest recruit has become a wrestler. Wonder how those, Oh wow, they already got those done. Shit. I'm gonna work on some iron helms. It'd help if I spelled iron correctly. Just make 15 iron helms. Doing meh, not good, not bad, gotcha. Yeah, I can understand that. Alright, we need to start up making more drink. Brew from plant 300. Why did I immediately delete it instead of hitting C? Brew from plant 300. Hit C, hit R on that screen. There we go. Time to get all that new alcohol brewed. The last thing we want is dwarves drinking old alcohol. They don't like that very much. I'm thinking about maybe blocking off that little bit of river right there and then trying to move out more into the caverns. So aside from doing meh, how's your Monday? If I might ask, Baron. Alright, well let's... Since we're doing this right, let's make these all out of not schist, but diorite. I don't know why I built schist. I was literally just thinking like, okay, so if I want this to match, gotta make them all out of diorite. And here I am making them out of schist. I'm sorry, what? Baron? You just out of nowhere said hours of that? What are you trying to talk about? What are you referencing? We're just trying to, like, get this upper area stacked. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe try copy-pasting it. It's possible Twitch ate it. Because, if you typed in a really long message, and you went over the character cap, Twitch won't actually send it. Like, sometimes you'll see it, but like... How we doing today, Peter? As far as investments go, Peter. 10 minutes and 32 seconds. Until you're good to go on that. That's interesting. I don't know. Twitch has made a lot of big changes to Twitch chat recently, so... None of which have caused me any problems. Yeah, it did. It just said hours of that. It's like, okay. I mean, sometimes that's how it is, right? You feel like you're saying something completely coherent, and then everybody looks at you like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say, sir? And you're like, I'm not drunk. I swear. I haven't had anything to drink since an hour ago. Now we just wait for the idler count to drop dramatically. But it didn't drop that dramatically. It dropped by like 8. Interesting. Here come the dwarves. With all the bricks. So you had 2 hours of that. Okay, wow, it really did just delete half of your message. That's very strange. Like, very, very strange. Man, we got a lot of potato plants. Like 586 or 118 potatoes. So how's school going so far then? Since school has officially started again. Is it good to be back, or is it like, oh god, please kill me now? Yeah, I remember you talking about that. I remember you talking that you had that really cool job, which is neat. So that one's hooked up, that one's hooked up, that one's hooked up. That's not, that is, and that is. So we need to hook that one up. So I'm hooking both pressure plates up to all of the bridges. That one. And then all of these are just going to drop everything down below. You don't want to sit at home 3 days a week? Well, we'll have to find something for you to do then, won't we? So that you don't have to sit at home 3 days a week. I need to start drinking coffee. I've been drinking tea all morning. Tea with no caffeine in it, specifically. Water first. Eshmil, the planter's canceling seeds to throw a tantrum. Well, I just see that my manager's been in a fight. Ooh, I'm seeing a disorderly conduct against Jack Narek. Oh, that sucks. That is unfortunate. Jack Narek is going to do a short prison sentence. Yeah, that's what I think. It's just Dwarf forts or video games 3 days a week. It's like, I know that that's traditionally considered to be unproductive, but if you're entertained, who cares? It's your allotted learning Dwarf Fortress time. Alright, now all of these have been assigned to be used by justice. We have enough chains again. Perfect. Easy meals haven't quite been queued up yet. Brew drinks from plants haven't been started yet. The mechanisms have been started, that's good. Forge iron helms hasn't been started yet. Still working on charcoal. Has nothing, it's like it's not practical. If it is a workout you get paid to do. That is true. When it comes to working with outdoor equipment, it is more of just a workout that you actively get paid to do. I almost took a summer job years ago. I never ended up actually taking the job, but almost took it. And it was a... How do I explain this? It was... I hesitate to call it a scam, but... It was a... company that would basically pay us to show, or people to show up and fill holes in your driveway. The pay was really good, but it required working essentially between 8 and 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I just kind of looked at that and was like, I don't really want to do that for a whole summer. Meow. It's like, do I really want to work that long, that much, for that long, for an entire summer? But the pay was so good that I considered, like, putting my fast food job on hold for the summer and then doing that all summer, but I just didn't end up doing it. And then I ended up doing this, which is, I'm sure, totally a much better use of my time. More people get value out of it, that's for sure. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got building destruction. The planter destroyed a building. We got one witness. And then disorderly conduct. The same planter. I wish my nose would be nicer to me. So this is kind of like where we're going to end up. You don't care about gardens? Neither do I. Neither do I. So I sympathize with you there. At least dwarves are actually getting stuff done now. So they're trying to plant potato seeds here. We can, summer instead of doing... Okay, so we're doing barley in the summer. Okay, we literally only do... Where the heck do I have potatoes planted? If we're doing barley up there, where the hell is potatoes planted? Heads up, investments are opening. How's dwarfing doing? I mean, it's going. Currently, we're just kind of trying to not tantrum spiral, which is difficult, but we'll see what we can do. So how is cooler going? While at the same time, I'm also trying to build up some form of functional-ish defense, which I certainly have not successfully done yet, but... wonder how many tickets I have. Let's see. Been kind of stuck at this many for a bit. You're playing Dwarf too? Anything cool happen? Or are you playing the other Dwarf game? The one where you rock and stone? Oh, would you look at that? My bone doctor has had a baby. We've been having babies kind of left and right. We're up to 18 children. Part of the reason why we have so many idlers in the fort is because they just tend to do nothing. The babies do nothing, that is. Is that more cobaltite? Yeah, it looks like more cobaltite. And Avos has been possessed. Question is, where the hell are you? There you are. A miner. Well, I wonder what you're going to create with said possession. I was excited for a second there. I was hoping he would be going for one of the forges, but instead he's gone for a mason's workshop. Alright. Professional waveboarder. Do you have enough waves in Belgium to become a professional waveboarder? No, waveboards are like a super thin surfboard, aren't they? I could be wrong. You could be like one of my cousins, who is a full-time trucker in the winter, and
I already have over 12 days playtime on Classic WoW. Help!
well, if you actually wanted my help, I could give you a piece of advice on how to fix that problem. It's very simple. Uninstall Classic WoW, uninstall Launcher, and uninstall, and then unsubscribe from WoW. But you don't actually want my help, so I hope that you're having fun. Now, normally I do push-ups and stuff, but I'm extremely sick. My nose is running, I have a cough, my head is pounding, it sucks. So I'm not doing any fucking push-ups. But thank you very much for this 17 months. Cheers, man. No. This is not fixed. But it's fine. I should just actually remove that command for right now. We'll bring it back when I begin to function again. It works. I mean, you know, it kind of... Technically, I don't have the PAX box, but... it works. It works. So how is Blurry, aside from spending an absurdist amount of time playing Classic WoW? You know what I think is funny? Is, I've seen a bunch of stream titles pop up that are just like, watch WoW instead of Boring Lands, or watch Borderlands rather than Classic WoW, like various other, like, creative or uncreative disses at the other games from streamers saying, hey, watch this game instead of that boring shit. And then there's me. Sitting here going, watch the game that you never thought you cared to watch. Hold on a second, what just happened? It's Ava's. Well, there you are. Why did I lose you? There you are. We just hit the edge of the world. It's the anime meetup pox, that's for sure. Bunch of cats have grown to be adult cats, and my giant olm has returned to its wild state. I can't keep that thing tame for very long. I don't think I'm gonna let it out anytime soon. They keep taming it, and then it keeps going wild again. Sorry, what? Did you face roll your keyboard? Fuck, wrong tab. I was gonna say, what the heck is it? GH7 offso. Remember, chat room, GH7 offso. For all your GH7 needs. Oh, gotcha. I actually, hold on. I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google GH7 Otzo. Yeah, according to Google, it's a Panasonic camera. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. I buy it. I buy this explanation of your random babblings in my chat. I certainly buy this explanation. Seems like a perfectly valid explanation. By the way, chat, I was looking at my ad revenue recently because I was bored. I was curious. I was like, how much am I actually making from ads? In the last 6 days, I've made 1 cent a day in ad revenue. Yesterday, I made 2 because I ran a 30-second ad. Felt good, man. Yeah, man. I'm just a high roller over here. Just funny because Twitch wants us to run an ad every, like, a 2-minute ad break once an hour. That's what they want us to run. Yeah, I made 2. I ran a 30-second ad break at the end of yesterday's stream, like right when I ended. So, it's like, wow, I'm high rolling over here. Don't mind me, get out of my way, motherfuckers. Big boy blind coming through with the dosh. And that's the end of the Firewatch soundtrack. It's a damn good soundtrack, though. So today we really need a goal. That's one of the big problems that this fort has. We have an imprisoned vampire, but we have no goal. So if we can figure out what our goal is, we'll be in a much better spot. Right now, I think goal number 1 is get a bigger army. And then goal number 2 is going to be start filling up our library. It forces you to take a break. No, it's once an hour. They want you to run it, but they want you to do a 2-minute break once an hour. But the reality of it is, if you actually run that many ads, it'll massively impact the number of people that want to watch. Because a lot of people will just leave if they see ads that frequently. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. I would leave as well. Exactly. Although, a 2-minute break once an hour is still a hell of a lot better than TV. I actually don't mind ads at all. As long as the ads are, like, relatively interesting and varied, I don't care. Man, that's quite the artifact. I feel like he grabbed a whole lot for it. square cut brown zircons, maple logs, rough green zircons, alder logs, amber opals, green zircons, bag cut pyruses. I'm not sure how to say those. Gabbro, and then that's it. Yeah, see, that's you though, right? That's certainly not everybody. That might be what your opinion is, B-Lug, but I can guarantee you that's not everybody. I literally just want this to be stone and clay blocks. Everybody get that stuff. Oh man. Look at all the dwarves that are swarming down here. That's a lot of blocks. Do you imagine working on your masterwork artifact and then suddenly every single dwarf from the entire local fortress flies in and just starts hauling the bricks out from under you? Yeah, but a pee break for me is like less than 30 seconds, and ad revenue doesn't start adding up to a point where it's worth it until you start running the 2-minute ad breaks. So that would be me extending my piss breaks. Alright, let's... Oh shit, I know what I'm not doing. Or what I forgot to do. There we go. They should be training up here. And, turquoise blocks, can you guys go up there and train? And, these guys need to train for a little bit. Bards of Charcoal. They're the ranged squad that we have. This soundtrack is bloody weird.
Less screen time.
I'm not gonna start running ad breaks. Be like, stop trying to convince me, or giving me reasons to. Although I am getting Grammarly ads for trying to watch a soundtrack for Fez. Thank you. I'm actually gonna stop above ground farming because I'm just seeing more errors on it than not. And we're back up to almost 1,000 drink. Excellent. I should, however, grow more pigtails. Do you have any weapon equipped? You better. An iron shield. An iron helm. Alright, why don't you go equip one of them silver warhammers? I done did making. Masterwork steel short sword available. We make you... Ah, no, it's not available. Someone's already holding it. We make you go grab that warhammer. Maybe you'll go get it soon. That dwarf was almost shooting bolts in time with the music. Almost. Not quite. Just almost. Alright, so... what still needs to be hooked up? Those two are not getting hooked up. That one is. That one is. Excellent. So now, we just need to hook up the lower bit. Avuz the Miner has created Avuz. Did you name it after yourself? Avuz Castalotech a Gabbro floodgate, and she claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Feb Moistened Gloves. When you watch USA TV, you're stunned on how many ads there are, like mini movies. Yeah. You don't do that in Belgium? Yeah, no, it's the amount of advertising on TV is bloody absurd. It is actually just absurd. It's fun. It's always funny when they name them after themselves. Holy crap, this thing's valuable. 103,200. This is a Gabbro floodgate. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular Gabbro cabochons and decorated with alder, and encircled with bands of cushioned Gabbro cabochons and baguette-cut green zircons and round, brilliant-cut amber opals. This object menaces with spikes of Gabbro, Paris opal, and green zircon. On the item is an image of rectangular cabochons in maple. On the item is an image of cog wheel temples, the alder scepter in brown zircon, and also the name of a dwarf who murdered another dwarf. Yeet. How much... Okay, Hobo, how are you enjoying Seattle so far? And, how was that sushi the other night? Because you and me need to go to the sushi place that I go to when you're up here. And I want to know your opinion on our kinda barely held together sushi place versus that place that looks super fancy and also very tasty. Hobo sent me pictures of some extremely delicious looking sushi. Masterpiece pigtail cloth. I like that we're getting masterpiece cloth. All right, we got to make more bedrooms. I'm seeing dwarves sleeping on the ground. Can't have that. Hobo's on vacation, so thus we can't make him do any work as a moderator, so don't any of you misbehave, all right? Here's the thing about Vancouver sushi, right? There's like 3 kinds of Vancouver sushi. There's extremely bad sushi, which is quite common, actually. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of really bad sushi places. Generally, if you go in and the people working there are speaking Korean, it's not going to be good sushi. Like, that's just my experience, but you want places where they're playing J-pop and speaking Japanese. But when they're speaking Korean, I'm already suspecting. Also, if there's pizza on the menu, you're fucked. Get out of there. But no, sushi's either really bad or a really bad. Well, actually, no. There's 4 kinds. There's really bad sushi. Then there's bad sushi in really fancy-looking restaurants. So the restaurant is really nice, but the food isn't great. And then there's really good, like, very expensive, fancy restaurant sushi that's extremely good. And then there's places where you feel like you're basically having your sushi in a dumpster in a building that's going to get condemned next week, but it's amazing sushi. I usually go for the last one, where it feels like the building's about to get knocked down, but it's amazing sushi. Been bedridden with a fever. Oh, God. Flesh-eating bacteria. My mom had, like, this weird bacteria infection a couple of years ago in her leg when she, like, got cut on some wood. Okay, they were the one... Now it's just a pink mark. That's distressing. That's a little bit disturbing. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Freskins. Are you still bedridden, or... Like, are you improving at this point? Welcome to my time zone, Hobo. This is why I'm always saying good morning. I bumped my exit. My escape button. Everything is wrong. Maybe not everything. Maybe it's all perfectly right. One of my friends complains that I'm on too early. And because he can't watch from work so much these days. He's unable to watch the streams anymore, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I just hope I'm over this fucking cold before you get here, Hobo. My god, if I still have this stupid cold by then. Alright, what are we at? We're done with the cloth. So cloth, let's say... Let's just say... maybe not socks. Wait, let's just look at a random dwarf. Colesman, what are you wearing? Okay, you've got shoes that are going bad. Probably doing shoes. Yeah, probably doing shoes. At least you've got a nice new cap. I don't see anything about him putting on the cap, though. At least he felt fondness when talking to a sibling. I don't see that very often. Let's see if those will actually get done. I might run out of cloth first. There was this older Reader's Digest article that Freskins just made me think of a guy who went to the Amazon, and when he got back, he noticed he had a bump on his head. Or actually, he was in the Amazon, and he noticed he had a bump on his head. So he went to the doctor, and apparently some parasitic beetle had laid eggs in his scalp. Now, it's not harmful at all, but in the Amazon, the only way for him to get it out of his head would be to wait for the eggs to hatch, and then shave his head, which would only take a couple of days for the eggs to hatch, and then shave his head, and then put a stake on his head, and then the baby would burrow into the stake rather than the live skin, because they'd smell the blood after about 14 hours, and then they'd be out of his head, right? They're not harmful at all, supposedly. Oh, wow, that was fast. We ran out of cloth for that real quickly. I'm actually just gonna turn off job cancellation orders then, because I just want that to get done. And it's gonna take a while. And the other option that he had was he could fly back to the States, and he was like 5 days into a month-long trip, so he didn't really want to do that. So he could fly back to the States and get it surgically removed, which would have been very expensive, and he still would have had to shave his head. So he decided, instead of doing the whole stake thing with his head, he would just deal with it and let this thing do its thing. And it was a 3-month ordeal of this bump on his head getting bigger, and literally having larvae living under his skin and his scalp, until apparently he was up in New York at a baseball game in the winter, and when the thing came out of the back of his head, and he said the entire crowd, a bunch of people behind him in the crowd started screaming because the bug was about yay big. I don't know why, but Freskin's story just reminded me of that. Apparently it just popped out, loose flap of skin, flew away, and then immediately died. How would you feel if you were at a baseball game and the guy sitting in front of you, a bug crawled out of his scalp? The moral of the story is, don't ever go to the rainforest. It's fucking dangerous. So, who else is mildly disturbed by that story? That story's been disturbing me ever since I read it in a Reader's Digest at my grandma's house like 15 years ago. The game is trying its best to crash right now. It's just straight up not responding. It's a nice story. Nice story for the whole family, you know? Not going to incite any major phobias or problems or anything of the sort. This is where I'm at. Okay, so I look at Twitter and the first thing
Shaw Blue Curve. Take control of your Wi-Fi.
I don't need ads for internet I don't use. Go away, Shaw. You would have taken the steak option? Just shave your head and put a steak on your head? Extra sarcasm? I mean, you know, I probably would have taken the steak option times 3, yeah. I mean, at least it's like not dangerous, right? It's better than like the bug burrowing into your brain and eating it. No problem shaving your head. I might be a little bit upset if I had to shave my head, but given the circumstances, probably would have also shaved my head. Naso's still the mayor from looks of things. Do you have any, like, requests? I don't think this mayor's mandated a single thing. To be fair, my first mayor, right? First mayor immediately started mandating that I make anvils, and I hadn't found metal yet, so I was very annoyed by this. And then out of nowhere, we accidentally we sort of got attacked, and my mayor kind of was part of the military and was kind of one of the casualties in a very unfortunate fight during said attack. So, you know, it sucks, but at the end of the day, my mayor didn't make it. Because he was demanding we make anvils. And this mayor hasn't demanded anything, so maybe he got the idea. It's like, don't demand anything from these dwarves or they will put you in the military and you will never be seen or heard from again. Oh wait, okay, so I'm gonna tell you this right now, Nasa, right? You're in Twitch chat, okay? And the current year is 2019, not 2021 when the Steam version is out, because that's going to be my entire chat in 2021 when the Steam version comes out, because they're all going to be demanding I make Battle Royale. You know that that's going to happen, right? Like, that's going to be 2/3 of my chat. Okay, can you make... Insert dumb thing here. Can you make a fort shaped like a dick? I'm going to be like, I mean, yeah, I guess. Pay up, come on. Can I make a dick shaped like a fort? I mean, I'm not a plastic surgeon, so no. To people who play Dwarf Fortress in the chat, also, O-Force, what's up, dude? To people who play Dwarf Fortress, do you guys leave the tab menu up, or do you guys just go full screen all the time? It was like, as soon as I realized I could get rid of this menu, I just got rid of it and haven't, like, ever brought it back. Permanent? That's good. Permanent job is good. You keep the tab menu? Gotcha. Gotcha. You're almost not sick? I'm still sick. Also, hey, hilarious. See, I'm at that awkward point in sick where, like, some of the symptoms are gone completely, and then some of them are, like, 70,000 times worse. So, like, my throat isn't particularly sore anymore, but I've replaced the sore throat with drowsiness, runny nose. Oh yeah, I also don't have a headache anymore. But like, I just feel bleh now. Which means I'll probably be mostly fine by tomorrow. Because, you know, cold works in cycles. Day 1 is like, I think I'm getting a cold. Day 2 is, oh god, I have a cold. Day 3, you're coughing, runny nose, sore throat, right? Maybe headache. Day 4 is like, way worse runny nose, and maybe a headache, and you can't breathe at all, and you sound like you've been chain smoking for years. But the sore throat's getting better. And that's kind of where I'm at this point. Yeah, exactly. Only the fun symptoms. Actually, it's the obvious symptoms, right? Because the other one, like, sore throat, assuming you're not, like, constantly coughing, you can kind of, like, just quietly deal with it. Not everybody will assume you're sick, but... although you can do all kinds of fun things with your voice when you've got, like, a really backed up nose, because you can bring your voice all the way down to here, and it's oddly satisfying sometimes. Can get like that trailer announcer voice. How obvious is it that I'm sick? Just based off of my voice. Being in the lower octave because sick, right? I mean, yesterday, Clinodev came into the chat, and he was just like, Blind, are you not feeling well? You sound like you've been smoking, like, 2 packs of cigarettes for the last 20 years. I was like, thanks, man. And yeah, I feel like shit. I mean, dwarves are putting all the beds away, and they're getting things done. Dwarves are being oddly productive, actually. Dwarves are being oddly productive. The things that I would give right now for a immovable door. Actually, no, I should block this with a floodgate. Because I got that artifact floodgate. Can I put an artifact floodgate on stairs? No, I can't. Put them right in front of stairs, though. I just sound more nasally. Yeah, that's about right. My nose is almost completely plugged. Yeah, we can block that baddie exit with a floodgate. We're not. How are we doing on the mechanisms? Oh, we still got lots to go. That's fine. Should also make another mechanic shop. On the bright side, we're making all these lovely masterpiece shoes and socks. Wonder if any dwarves are running around with brand new shoes. Oh, no, you've got a dress on though. You got a nice masterwork pigtail cap. How are we doing on silk? We gotta have some silk. Three. There's just like no spiders in this cavern, I guess. So Hobo, what are some things that you need to do while it's in Seattle? Like what kind of touristy things are you doing, if anything? Or are you just literally hanging out and going out for ramen every night? Also, are you gonna make an appearance on one of Rari's streams at any point? Because if so, I gotta swing by and say hi. Although there is one place I do need to drag you to when you're in Vancouver. We need to go to the good ramen place. The one caveat about going to the good ramen place in Vancouver is it's usually an hour wait and they don't take reservations. Like, you just show up and stand in line. But it's worth it. Jack Narek is throwing another tantrum. Oh no. That poor dwarf. Oh, what? Hold on. Where is he right now? Oh, are you already done? Nope, there he goes. And a human caravan has arrived. Well, there's actually some things we can sell them, so that's good. They need a trade depot? Oh, shit. Someone destroyed my trade depot. What the heck destroyed my trade depot? Oh, well, I need to make a new one anyway. Let's make one out of quartzite. That sounds like a solid bit of tourist action. Twitch is a cool thing, isn't it? Twitch is a cool thing. The things that happen when you make a Twitch account to watch a guy streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon that you spotted on Reddit. A few years later, you're cooking steaks in Seattle. This is what happens when you make a Twitch account and make friends with streamers, chat room. It's dangerous, don't do it. Couple of years later, someone's sleeping on your couch. I hope that those blocks get put in place quickly. Let's check the justice screen. Where are we at? We got a bunch more disorderly. It's all against Jack Narek. One witness, 3 witnesses. So 3 accounts of disorderly conduct against Jack Narek, the metalsmith. Put him back in the slammer. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we've got a pretty badly injured planter. The other thing, we're going to start working on his trousers. Almost done with the shoes, so that's good. Alright, now I need a lever that can open that. So that lever should be built. So I queued it up. There you are. Gabbro lever. So this is going to be squish. And squish. Well, actually, no. This is gonna be squish exit. Squish. XT. There you go. That'll get the point across. And we're gonna link you up to a floodgate. That obsidian floodgate, to be specific. That's the wrong floodgate. Yeah, I should use the named one. Whoops. Let's remove that floodgate. Squishy the third. No, this is Squishy the first. Very different. Very, 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 very different. That's a farmer. Grouchy when caught in the rain. 32. Doesn't have any likes or dislikes. Dreams of raising a family. Person sees any show of emotion as offensive. Views cooperation as a low ideal indeed, and believes that peace is always preferable to war. Sees life as unfair and doesn't mind it that way. Values romance and does not care about friendship. I know that you believe peace is preferable to war, but you're gonna go into the military, like right now. And ended under the drawbridge. And that was disgustipated. Okay, very, 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 very different dwarf. I've got too many rangers and hunters. I always deal fairly, very tough and mighty. Personally doesn't respect a society that is settled into harmony without debate and strife. Values independence and does not care about friendship and dreams of creating a great work of art. He's often inflamed by hatred and easily develops hatred towards things. His kills: 5 two-humped camels, 4 enchinadas, 1 ibex, 2 emus, 1 emu, 4 wild boar sows. Man, you've done quite a bit of hunting. But you can join the military. Let's get you some kills that are a little bit more effective. Just a farmer. 32 years old. Remarkably flimsy. Doesn't particularly care about craftsmanship and dreams of creating a great work of art. Remarkably flimsy, can be trained. You're a legendary clother. You're a peacock. An actual peacock. You're a legendary gem cutter. That's a baby. And we're starting to build up another squad. We do actually have a single hammer dwarf, which is a good sign. Means dwarves are actually equipping those hammers. Squishy is a good name for a soldier. I mean, so squiggly, to be honest with you. Squiggly and squishy are both good. You're a thresher. 146 years old. Almost never sick and agile, but weak. She personally values a harmonious existence and does not feel strongly about the law and dreams of creating a great work of art. Well, if you dream so strongly about creating a great work of art, you should get on that. There is a new one. I need to update that. You know, I'll just do that right now. 2 seconds. Hilarious. There is actually a new one. Not even that one. Like a new Today in Dwarfort. Which is actually, I think, the most viewed Today in Dwarfort. This one. I'll just replace that command. 2 seconds. I just keep forgetting and keep thinking I'll do it after stream and then keep forgetting, but I know I'll forget if I don't do it right now. There, new one's been updated. Exclamation point vid for new vid. Well, new pre-owned vid. Lightly used. Lightly used enough to have 2 dislikes. "72 years old, slow to tire, and very strong. Personally considers craftsmanship to be relatively worthless, values cunning, and doesn't particularly respect commerce." Sounds like another good dwarf for the military. You're a shearer. Let's just let dwarves exist for a little bit. Got more recruits getting done. Let's select a random dwarf and see what they're wearing. You're just a wax worker. Well, you're pretty new to the fort then, because you don't have anything that's old. Pigtail robe. Got a really nice cap and some really nice socks on, but one shitty shoe. It's a little bit better. It's like you got a good cap, a good hood, a good sock, one good shoe, one really crappy shoe, dingo leather cloak. You know the works. By the way, a month ago today, I think about 15 subs were gifted by an anonymous gifter, so we're tanking subscribers right now. It's not that the channel has lost all popularity or anything, it's just a bunch of subs were gifted a month ago and they're all expiring now, so. That's why we are losing all subs. Feels Batman, but it is what it is. It's a lot of really good trousers. See how many of these beds, if anybody, have claimed them. Current owner, nobody, really? Huh, maybe I do actually have enough beds. Oh well, better have them and not need them than not have them. Got 143 beds and 157 dwarves. Yeah, we're probably good. We are probably good.
Off to lunch, Subway 101 bonus 10.
That's one way to take the #1 slot, dude. Grab me a meatball sub on flatbread. Just a little bit of everything, but hold the pickles. I don't need pickles. I'll take everything else though. Merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. Good, 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 good. I guess I could quickly pump out some iron balls. Just canceled a bunch of cabinets, didn't I? That's fine. I don't need them anyway. Spiked iron ball. Let's just do 15. Get those done quickly, preferably. Meow. My cat's upset because this morning, extra guacamole. Nah, not on a meatball sub. Come on. Nah, not on a meatball sub. Bastet has given birth to a boy. I think I'm gonna start pasturing some of the animals underground. Meow. What do you want? Don't make me come pick you up, because I will come pick you up and pet you. You won't like it. I've got 2 male large rats. It's interesting. Cat, dog, giant cave toad. I think the cave toad's actually trained. Peacocks, drakes. Kitty wants pets, so I'm giving him pets. I have abducted the big boy. Alright, so big boy is going to play Dwarf Fort. Okay? You ready, kitty, to play Dwarf Fort? Just hang in there. Okay? Okay, guy. We're gonna play Dwarf Fort together, okay? We're gonna play Dwarf Fort together. Maybe he's got a meows to say. I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I hope that those spiked balls will get done. No rule like he was born to. Yeah. Sometimes he sits like this quite comfortably, but today he doesn't want to. Where do you want to go? I don't want to hold you anywhere. Okay, you just want to leave? You just want to leave? He just wants to leave. Sometimes he'll just like sit there while I'm playing games. Oddly enough, not when I'm streaming. If I'm not talking, he'll sit there. Instead, he'd rather go lie on the ground. We need to convince Jess to stream this. And everybody else. Basically the entire Hot Potato crew. I need to get on this. Then we can do a Legacy Potato. AKA a Legacy Fort. Alright, you guys should be forging spiked iron balls. In fact, I should have... Workshop Forge. Let's make another forge. Cool. So I do actually have an extra anvil chilling around. This will speed things up a little bit. I mean, what I would really like to do actually is just get my Twitch team, FG and Kiri, and there's already me and Bellinair that are interested. Me and Bellinair would do it already, but we're the only ones who know how to play the game. So the other two would be complete beginners. Although it would be really difficult having me and Bellinair in the same fort, because Bellinair is all about keeping things min-maxed, and I'm all about chaos! You know what I'm saying? Also, someone went stark raving mad. One of my planters has gone stark raving mad. Which is unfortunate. This is a very nice fortress. They should be thankful. Silly achievements, such as? I don't pay too much attention to achievements, so... Gonna have to give me some examples here, Cooler. Okay, we got 2 dwarves forging spiked iron balls. Excellent. As far as stuff that we could get moved up here earlier, while that's getting worked on. Really, I don't have any large cut gems. Rather keep the gems. Gems are useful. Wonder if seeds sell for anything. I feel like I just have bazillions of seeds. Hey Charlie, how you doing? Do have 2 large rats. Bring those over. It would be great for entertaining. Why? Because I'd just destroy everything he does every time. It's basically how it would go. Yeah, this is the Krug Smash tile set. This is indeed. Although I've changed the colors around quite a bit. The brown is a lot darker than he usually has it. There's an achievement for throwing an empty beer mug through a hoop of the barrel kicking game. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Can I just say that people making Deep Rock Galactic are having, like, an illegal amount of fun? Like, people shouldn't be allowed to have that much fun making a video game. Video games should be hard work and passion-driven, okay? You shouldn't be allowed to make a game where you're able to have that much silly fun. Did I miss the first one? Probably. You just got an achievement for putting a barrel in every seat of the drop pod. Oh, putting a barrel. So are you just like messing around and getting stuff? Yeah, you're supposed to work your ass off, be passion driven, and not get paid for it. Exactly, be like sarcasm. Yeah, that is very silly. Cooler. Hey Mavros, what's up? Let's see if our recruits have any weapons equipped. You have a crossbow equipped. That's not a melee weapon. Yeah, none of these guys have any weapons equipped. Yeah, you've also got a bronze crossbow. Since when is a bronze crossbow a melee weapon? Let's make let's make 5 iron axes once those balls are done. You think that we both watched Jim Sterling? I mean, it's a slight possibility. Hey chat, out of curiosity, who here watches Jim Sterling? And who here's never... Actually, there's 2 correct responses. Response number 1, if you've never heard of him. Who the fuck is that? Response number 2, if you've heard of him. Thank God for Jim. That's cobaltite. Should have used obsidian. There we go. We'll do 1 ring now. Cobaltite. Probably because you hang around here. I need to get me a Jim fucking Sterling Sun t-shirt. He is a... Long story short, there was a developer that got really mad at him a number of years ago, and it ended in a lawsuit and a bunch of other dumb shit. And the developer quoted having to deal with Jim fucking Sterling Sun. And Jim liked the slogan so much he made it his branding. So you can buy Jim fucking Sterling Sun's t-shirts. One of these days when I have some money to burn, I'm gonna buy me a Jim fucking Sterling Sun t-shirt. He's just a loud as fuck British dude who bitches about the game industry, basically. Like, literally, that's all he does. Second to the victory. Yeah. That was a fun journey. I listened to all of the interviews and everything that was done on that whole thing. Well, would you look at that? Those trousers are be finished, which is fantastic. So hopefully some of these dwarves can get brand new trousers. And to get another piece of clothing up next. Obsidian? Why do I keep doing flooring? It's gotta just be force of habit. Trap components, that's what we want. Weapon bin. Basically, if you like really cynical takes on things, Jim Sterling's kinda your guy. He's kinda your go-to guy right now. Or just period. He's fantastic at what he does. Also, if you watch him a whole lot, you'll start to get all the inside jokes, and then you'll be part of like an exclusive club because somebody could just walk past you and say Boglins, and I'll just like, if someone just walks up to me in public and says Boglins, I'll start laughing. Because, you know. One hasn't truly lived until you've witnessed the serial homunculus. Well, cornflakes homunculus, actually. I must sound like an idiot talking about this. Yeah, he bitches about the bad side of the game industry and does a fucking good job at it. Fucking good job of it. He does a really good job kind of exposing problems as well, and putting a lot of, I think light is maybe a good way to put it. I do want to keep some of these gems. He's really good at putting light on problems and actually does a lot of good work. And pisses off a lot of executives, which is really funny. There's a really good interview that Randy Pitchford did where he's just trying to diss Jim Sterling. Trying so hard to just say, he's like, yeah, this fat British dude, he's got a hit out on me. He's got this fucking hard on for me, and just keeps going on and on and on, trying to get the other guy in the room to, like, say, oh, Jim Sterling? But the other guy in the room doesn't know who the fuck he's talking about, so it's just a really awkward, really long exchange between two guys in an interview room. How you doing, Whiskey Wanker? The music made it creepy as hell. I mean, I could change the music if you'd like. Keep the music? Can do. I'm not sure. I never finished Fez. I just love the soundtrack. Or more accurately, I love Disaster Pieces music. And luckily enough, I can actually listen to this soundtrack without any problems. I think we're gonna have to do mittens next, because all those shoes and socks. Let's see if you got any good moodlets out of picking up and wearing the good clothing. Satisfied at yelling at somebody in charge. Blissful dining in a good dining room. Pleasure putting on an exceptional item. There we go. Pleasure. Was interested after watching a performance. It's a good question. I think I want to say... I want to say that Disaster Piece, hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, he did Hyper Light Drifter. And a movie called It Follows. Wow, he's done a lot of stuff. Holy shit. An unreleased video game called Limeade Grin, a game called Rescue the Beagles, Drawn to Life, the next chapter, a game called Whoosh, a game called Waker, a game called High Strangeness, Bomberman Live Battlefest. What? Let's see, is there anything I recognize in here? There's a unreleased soundtrack for a Bonk game. Did a web series. 360 Sharks Puzzle Agent, apparently? Fez, he did Shoot Many Robots. Runner 2. I'm just gonna name things I've heard of. The Floor is Jelly, which I've actually played on this stream before. I didn't know they did that. Monsters Ate My Birthday Cake. Cannon Brawl. It Follows, which is a movie, a horror film, actually. A couple other short films. Apparently he did Mini Metro, which was a cute little game. Reigns. Beasts of Bounce, which was a tabletop game with an app. Triple Frontier, which is a movie. And Under Silver Lake, which is also a movie. Yeah, he's done a shit ton. Holy crap. Anyway, 360 Sharks plays it. Puzzle Agent No Scope. I'm in. How you doing, ASCII? Good to see you. And Neil, thank you very much for the host. Cheers, dude. Alright, both of those need to get hooked up. And then the very remarkable floodgate needs to go right there. Alright, chat. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I need to use the toilet, so I'm gonna go do that. And we'll be back in a moment. Do not go anywhere. 2 seconds. Oh, hey, Cold Ashes. Alright. Star and Snow, the Swordmaster has bestowed the name Evelyn Lensham upon a copper shield. These guys actually grabbed weapons yet? Nope. They are unarmed recruits. You're wielding a crossbow. So we're going to make this into a secondary barracks slash armory. And we're actually going to train these guys down here instead of over here. So they'll train separately. Does your dwarf have any new kills? Unlikely, because I don't think there's been any big fights. I mean, it's possible, but we can take a peek at your kills. You do have quite a few. Yeah, no, you weren't the one that killed the forgotten beast that showed up underground, so... Star and Snow got that. But in general, you're doing pretty good, methinks, Cold Ashes. Like, you're satisfied upon improving observation. And satisfied upon improving fighting. You were worried after being unable to acquire something for too long. And worried after the lack of decent meals. But you're unbelievably strong. Almost never sick, and very slow to tire. Most dwarves are still alive in this fort. It's been kind of quiet. Jack Narek has got 2 more disorderly conduct calls. Man, it really sucks when dwarves can't just be perfect every time, you know? Really sucks. You saw a bird and punched it? What? Are we on about now? I'm sorry, excuse me? Man, I really wish that they would make, like, crappy clothing bins. Alright, we're gonna bring all of this. Yes. That wouldn't be fun. I actually, yesterday after finishing stream, I kind of just went and lay down because I was feeling like crap. My voice was going and it wasn't pleasant. Anyway, I went and lay down and I just sat around and watched videos of Tony talking about Dwarf Fortress for like 3 hours. Many of them I'd seen previously, but still entertaining. And we'll be leaving soon. Come on, dwarves, bring all the stuff up. That's what I'm talking about. Look at all those iron spiked balls. Actually, I'm not going to sell the iron battle axes, just the spiked balls. I'm gonna keep the warhammers. Keep the spear. Sell both of those. Sell that. Alright. What can I buy from you, humans? Please have books. Please have books. Looks like they do have books. Forest interpreted. A goose parchment sheet. I don't want any of the parchment sheets. I mean, I guess we could buy them anyway. That'll give us writing materials. Maybe we can appoint someone to do that and actually get some writing going. Looks like they got some cheese, which I can buy. Don't really need to buy the splint, but I'll buy the one splint. Why not? Let's buy a couple backpacks, because I'm always too lazy to make them myself. Oh, I gotcha. I only just figured out what you're talking about, Nay, so I've read that a few times, and I just kept going right over my head. I'm gonna buy these prepared meals, just because variety is the spice of life. I'm gonna buy those anvils and then immediately melt them down. I don't need to buy those. But I'm gonna buy these leather bins and these cloth bins because it's, again, allows us to make more clothing variety, which is good. I really like buying leather clothing bins. They just seem practical. All these various types of cloth, so that the dwarves can have variety if nothing else. That should be good. Scroll up a little bit, see what else they got. You know what, let's do that. That cloth bin. Same with that one. The nicer cloths. No, I said anvils. I'm actually just going to immediately melt down the anvils because it should give me a good amount of iron back. Bags are useful. And annoying to make, so we'll buy those. My nose is way worse. And you know that feeling when like up here is blocked and kind of inflamed and then your eyes feel like they're gonna fall out of your face? Anybody else get that or just me? Anyway, that's me right now. so it's not the most pleasant, but I guess I'm feeling better. My throat's not as sore, so I'm not as, like, about to lose my voice, which is a positive. Says that right as he has a cough. We're alive, though. They got rabbits and stuff. Bunch of water skins. Well, I'm giving them way more than they need, so I'm gonna keep some of these spiked iron balls. I don't need to give them such a high profit. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep some of these. That should be good. There we go. All right, so let's pop over to stocks, and we're going to melt the 11 iron anvils. Melt metal object 10. So we'll just get some iron out of it. Sure, it's worth it. So how are you doing today, Nix? I mean, I'm sure we could buy a bunch of animals and melt them down real quickly, Robo, if we needed to. For whatever reason, if we needed to buy a whole bunch of animals and melt them all down, I'm sure we absolutely could. Buy a bunch of animals and then melt them all down. Yeah, I can understand that. That makes sense, Nix. I don't know. I honestly, unfortunately, don't really have anything to say, because all of my experience in that subject matter ended in not good. So it's like I can like talk about stuff that I've been through with friends and whatnot, but probably wouldn't help at all. Let's just say, I think that everybody in chat here can all agree. Fuck cancer. You know? I think everybody can agree. That's like the one thing everybody on Earth can agree on. It's fuck cancer. Let's build a quartzite wall on that side. But let's not get political. I mean, your French is pretty good, so. See me after hours? We'll see how long I'm on today. I still am not quite back up to my 9-10 hour streams yet. Hilarious. But we'll see you around, dude. Cheers, man. Depends on what, like, whether or not you have fun at school highly depends on whether or not you like your teachers, the people that you're with. There's so many, like... technically... technically, Freskins. But I was homeschooled, so we prioritized more important subjects, like German. The school system would have liked me to learn French. Although right now it would be much more practical to learn, like, Punjabi. Or Korean. Nothing against French, but Mexico's closer. Learning Spanish would make more sense. We're supposed to be a Duolingo country, but, like, That's all I can say. Yeah, no, exactly. It also doesn't help that, like, a lot of people in, like, a lot of kids in high school kind of treat French, just the class, as a joke. So you have this combination of nobody taking the class seriously, and at the same time, everybody just thinking it's a joke. So it just kind of ends with nobody paying much attention to the class, and then the teachers hate it, and the students hate it because the teachers hate it, and I mean, I'd have to fact check that, but it's not that far of a difference. It's not that far of a distance. Like the northern border of Mexico? Let's see. It's 3,622 kilometers. Canada to Mexico border distance. Or BC Canada to Mexico border distance. And then let's just say... the distance between British Columbia and Quebec is 3,517 kilometers. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I'm also thinking about, like, large portions of, let's just say, California. A lot of people, Spanish is their first language. So, say if I'm in California, there's more opportunities for me to use Spanish in California than French in BC. It's the same reason why there's way more opportunities for me to speak, you know, Punjabi here. Or Korean or Japanese. It's a very, kind of a problem, actually. Yeah, Alberta and Manitoba makes a lot of sense. Same with, like, Ontario. There it makes a lot of sense, but Vancouver, eh. Okay, this dwarf is killing themselves, I think. You're super duper depressed. Are you even wearing anything? Are you completely naked? Yep, you're completely naked, just running around covered in water. This poor melancholic planter. Do you have any friends? I do always wonder about these dwarves just running around like this. Oh wow, you're married. Aside from that, it's just passing acquaintances. You killed a duck in the year 255. I think it's stark raving mad. Yeah. Is the dwarf fortress term, but essentially it's if they get stressed enough, eventually they will just cease to function as a dwarf and will just run around at random. I think this dwarf's gonna die. This woodcutter here. Nope, okay. I was fully expecting the water to, like, splash up behind him. But it didn't happen, so that's good. But yeah, it's essentially running wild. Yeah, no, learning languages in Canada, especially Vancouver, Canada, is a very tricky proposition, I'm not gonna lie. And it seems like my soundtrack has ended. I'm just gonna do something real quick. Just look up another soundtrack that Disaster Piece has done. See if I can find a... Nope, that's a Let's Play. You know what? Finding specific... Actually, hold on. I wonder if this is up here. Actually, I don't trust that one. I have a feeling that one's gonna mute my VOD. Usually if there's an ad at the beginning, unless it's Fez, it's gonna mute my VOD. How about this? We'll do this one. This is another Disaster Piece soundtrack, but completely different style. I haven't listened to this one in a while. Which will probably fit Dwarf Fortress, I think. Although I've been kind of listening to a whole lot of the more ambient stuff. There's nothing better than a good little bit of guitar sound, in my opinion. That poor bloody dwarf. I'm telling you, chat, that poor dwarf. I really hope that they get healing animals back into the game at some point, because I really don't like just seeing like a bleeding goose. Just Dwarf Fortress problems, you know? I really hope that they get animal healing back in the game, or in the game at some point. Because currently animals don't heal, ever. They don't heal over time and can't be tended to. They just get injured and remain injured forever. It's kind of a massive bummer, really. Slaughter it? I mean, yes, but what if it's somebody's pet? In this case, it might not be someone's pet. I don't actually know. No, it's someone's pet. So I would gladly do that, but... Then drown it? But like, no. These aren't options. It's somebody's pet. I'm not killing it. Like, come on, man. It is still able to move around. It just moves around slowly. It's just like the cats. People are like, yeah, you know, you could just chain cats to walls, right? It's like, but they like to be in rooms with people that they like, and they go around and catch vermin. Why would I chain them to a wall? No! I don't like this at all, B-Lug. I don't. Yeah, just put it in a coffin after, because that makes everything all better. Even though some dwarf is scarred for life because their poor pet guinea pig is just dead now. Just casual solutions for big problems. You're supposedly an elite, Marksdwarf. You can join the boards of charcoal. Solutions from the chat, Yeah, no. I would rather let it walk around. Builds character into a depressed, useless wreck. Alright, well I guess I can open that stupid floodgate now. Or at the very least I can hook up that stupid floodgate. There we go. Meow. I meowed at him and he froze and looked at me. What's up, dude? Yeah, just clean your paw. Okay, just yawn instead of cleaning your paw. Just clean your paw, it's fine. This cat. Define good, Ask, I think, is the thing that we're all actually wondering here. What is your definition of good in this character building? Interesting? Exciting? Broken? Running around naked outside like that other guy? It's like ironic though. I'm pretty sure they do get a positive mood from crying on the tomb, yeah? It's just if you lose the corpse. Copious amounts of alcohol. That's just a standard day for a dwarf, though. That's just every single day. They need copious amounts of alcohol for every single day. Is someone tantering repeatedly, the misery? Tormenting repeatedly the misery of a poor, wounded goose. I mean, I guess. Militia Commando. The militia commander has bestowed the name Mithromanos upon a copper shield. That's what Cooler's doing right now, Robo. He's rockin' stonin'. Literally, I think he's playing that game right now. He was talking about it in chat earlier. He's like, I'm playing other dwarf game. It's like, oh, other dwarf game. Man, I feel bad for this dwarf. He's just stuck down here. It's like, oh, well, shit. Alright, we should let you out, shouldn't we? Ah, we can't let you out because you're stuck back there. Isn't that good? Maybe instead of constructing rock mechanisms, you'll go do it? If you're gonna go sleep instead. Great. How about this? How about we knock out this wall? And let this poor dwarf out. Then we'll rebuild it. For at least a year. That sounds like hell. Being drugged for a year. I don't think I could handle that. Some more migrants have arrived. I didn't bring my coffee over. I'm an idiot. I'll be right back. I mean, it would be a perpetual hangover, yeah? Like, you'd just always be hungover. And always drunk. It's more like snow and ice. Are you playing single player or multiplayer? It's a relatively small migrant wave. That's a fucking fitting name, Urine and Vomit. What's up, dude? Thank you very much for that subscription. Normally I do push-ups and stuff for subscriptions, but I'm sick as fuck. So thank you very much for that Prime subscription. Cheers, friend. Bringing us up to 154. The cumulative little hangover will literally kill you. Yeah. Don't really see the point of working hard. Personally, finds maintaining decorum silly and a fumbling waste of time. Could be considered rude, tends to be passive in discussions, and he is somewhat quarrelsome and is bothered by this since he values friendship. Well, I mean, you can join the Tortoise Rocks, so have fun. It's a rather chill place. Cold as fuck, as they say. Cold AF. That poor dwarf. Just gonna keep wandering around naked. Let's just find a random dwarf and see what they're wearing. It's mittens. Got plenty of dwarves that need mittens. And then Max the Swordmaster has bestowed the name Thomas Estgoten upon a copper shield, which is impressive considering this dwarf almost completely lost it for a bit there. Was stricken by melancholy and seems to have actually improved a bit since then. Interesting, I've never seen this. She was frustrated after a lack of troublemaking for too long. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a dwarf that is mad after a lack of troublemaking. Well, since you're mad after a lack of troublemaking, we should take a peek around, because there are some goblins around that we are at war with already. These nice little pink things. I'm curious if any of them have any books. Meditations on the Goblin. This is a Goblin Fortress. The Farm Exposed. True Hamlet. True Hamlet, not fake Hamlet. that was written by humans years later. Misconnections about the hamlet. New mountain home. An interpretation of the show. Okay, we're going to raid them. We're going to assign the tattoos of fortifying. That's our good squad. And we're going to literally just take important treasures and steal livestock and loot other items. We're just going to try and sneak in and sneak out. Leaving the office? Alrighty. Safe travels. Just like leaving the office, these dwarves are heading off to war, so wish them luck, chat room. I want to say they're all armed. Even the wrestler. It's covered in water. No, he's not. He's got a shield. I'm sure he can do plenty of face bashing with that. There go the dwarves. All 10 of them. Yeah, no, I never really made it out of the first area in that game, Cooler. Not that I didn't like the game. The game was fine, but it's a hard game to stream. It's a really hard game to stream. I'm just not used to having other voices on my channel, right? So the second there's other people talking, it's like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, Deep Rock Galactic. It's like it's a game that you really need other people's voices for. But I have a hard time putting other people's voices on my stream because I've got trust issues. We're making all of these mittens. Get a little robot buddy. I mean, you're not wrong. You have. Yeah. Dallin, hi. How you doing today? I feel sick. Sick as a dog. I've got cobaltite doors, which are blue. It's kind of awesome, actually. I do, but like at the same time, I still kind of need to respond or listen to what other people are saying. Otherwise, I'm just dead weight. And it's weirder that I'm communicating with people that you guys can't hear than me communicating with people then not knowing how to talk over other people. And then it makes me feel like a dick when I'm just like, hey, can you guys talk less so that I can communicate with my chat over here? It's just, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm trying my best, Dylan. Trying my best.